Recently, I got a moderator job, and that's why I want to share my tips to prepare the script or how I did my preparation to become a moderator for that important event. You're watching MC Bali channel with me, Nirmala Trisna from Bali, Indonesia. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to MC Bali channel. And can I check with you, have you liked my videos? First thing to do when you accept a moderator job, we need to read the terms of reference. From the document of terms of reference, we can find out the objectives of this event. Who are the speakers? We can find out how many speakers will there be, why they are chosen, and we can also find out whether this speaker represents him or herself or representing their organization. It makes a difference because we can elaborate the institution, the title that this person is holding, representing the institution, or because of his expertise or her expertise representing the idea or to answer the issues that are being discussed in that event. What kind of issues that these speakers are going to explain? How far we can go deeper into the specific issues that the speakers will represent. We can also ask the committee about the boundaries or the limit, like how wide the discussion can be, what are the certain limits, what are the certain issues that should be off the grid. By knowing those issues in advance, we can set our mind, our context when we develop our own script, when we are preparing ourselves to make our opening and also the conclusion or the summary of each presentation. What to do next? From the terms of reference document, we can find out the duration of the discussion. We can also get information about how long each presenter is given the time allocated for their session. And from there, we can also ask like whether this person is going to present using video, slide, or simply just presenting, sitting down on a sofa or standing behind a podium. We also need to find out how long the discussion will be, how many Q&A session, how the questions will be delivered, whether it's in person, online, or using a piece of paper where the committee will collect from the floor, and then we as a moderator can select and highlight or rephrase the questions directed to the speaker or speakers. Don't forget to check how the timekeeping method will be, because usually when we are on the stage, we tend to not checking the time. So having a timer in front of us or off the stage can be very helpful to check how many minutes left for that session. Okay, moving on to the event itself. We should find out how we are going to be presented, whether we should wait until the MC called us to the stage, or we should be on the stage also welcoming the guest and explaining what the session will be. Find out how the seating arrangement is. Usually, from the stage perspective, moderator should be on the left side, and then the speakers will sit in accordance to their level or their importance. There are certain protocols or rules to sit certain person on stage. We can also find out or ask to the event organizer how the speakers are going to be called to the stage, whether there will be a bumper video every time the name of the speaker is presented. So we as a moderator should wait and then wait until the video is played and then the speaker come from the floor joining with us on the stage. As a moderator, we should prepare in advance what to do when the time runs out, how to politely cut off someone's presentation or someone's question, whether it's someone on the floor or someone online. Another important thing to ask the event organizer is whether there is a rehearsal or a certain time to meet the speakers, so we can create a kind of chemistry before we are actually doing the discussion on the stage. I'd like to remind you that moderator should not just be introducing the speaker and then thanking them and then inviting the next speaker and then opening Q&A session and then inviting the speakers or the speaker to respond to those questions. That will be very plain. Moderator is required to moderate the session. It means we need to know exactly the topics, the relevance, any things that are kind of outside of the topic but still related, where we can make a little bit of connection and then directing it back to the right track. Moderator should also be able to summarize the presentation, also to summarize someone's questions or response, and then putting them all together in a nice sentences. We should not act beyond our capacity as a moderator. Remember that we are there as a moderator. Remember our context and role to moderate the session. If there is a Q&A session that invites questions and responses from audience from the floor, that can be a challenge as well on how to select the right person to make it more fair for everyone to respond. And also the most, or like the biggest challenge that I often see is how to control or how to politely cut off someone if he or she speaks too much, like out of the context, and like explaining a certain issue while actually that person should be giving out a question. Hopefully this can be a guideline for you who are going to be a moderator, either it's offline or online or a hybrid event very soon. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. I will always remind you to subscribe to my channel. Well, if you have, thank you very much for supporting. Don't forget to like this video. I'm Nirmala Trisna from Bali, Indonesia. Stay safe, happy and healthy. See you next time.